Hey guys, welcome back to another amazing episode of Blazing Beards. Today we're going to do something really fun. We're going to be making our own beard balm. So, what are you going to need to make your own beard balm? I'm going to tell you. So, you're going to need some carrier oils. Now, what I use for carrier oils is the same as I use for my beard oil. If you haven't checked out making your own beard oil, go on and check it out. And it gives you the ratios that I use of each of these oils and the benefits of these oils. Now you can make your beard balm with using just one carrier oil. You can use it with only using one type of butter, and you can even use just one essential oil if you want to. It's all up to you. So today though, I'm going to use my normal 5 carrier oils because I really like the benefits that they give to my hair and to my skin. And those oils are Sweet Almond Oil, Golden Jojoba Oil, Avocado Oil, Argon Oil, and Jamaican black castor oil. Now, in my making beard oil video, I described the benefits of these and a few facts about each one as to why I like them. But like I said, you could just use one if that's all you want to use for your beard balm. What else you're going to need? You're going to need some beeswax. Beeswax is essential to making a balm. Without the beeswax, it wouldn't be a balm. It would be just a butter. Now, if you want to just make a beard butter, you can do that as well. But if you want a little extra hold for your beard, then you're going to want to put some beeswax in there. You're going to need some kind of butter. I'm going to use Shea Butter and mango butter. Shea butter is very common. Almost all beard balms use shea butter. It's odorless. It melts really nice. It's hard at room temperature and it melts really nice when you rub it in your hands. Same thing with the mango butter. The mango butter is a little harder than the shea butter. It takes a little longer to melt, but it is super creamy once it's melted and put into a beard balm, and it's really, really nice. The other thing you're going to need is you're going to need some essential oils. Now, this is completely up to you. This is where you really differentiate, your balm from anybody else's. It'll be 100% your scent. Now, I've experimented with a lot of different scents, and today what I am going to use is I'm going to use sandalwood, peppermint, and lemon. I think those 3 scents will go really well together, but we'll find out, You're going to also need some containers to put your finished beard balm in. I got these little containers. These are little 1-ounce containers in the travel section at Walmart. They're kind of a blue plastic, good to to block out UV light and that type of thing, so that your oil or your balm doesn't spoil. They're really nice. They got a screw on top. I think they're originally meant to do pills or something like that. Put your pills in when you travel, but perfect for beard balm. So travel section at Walmart. What you'll also need is some measuring tools. So when I measure out my carrier oils, this is what I use. I got this at Target. It's like a little test tube with a spout on the top. It's got milliliters down the side. Very convenient for measuring out your carrier oils. I have some little measuring, what do you call these things? Measuring spoons. So this one's a 1 tablespoon. This one's 1 teaspoon. And I'll use those when I get to the recipe. You're going to need, some measuring cups. I have 2 because what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pre-mix my carrier oils and my essential oils in the right quantity in this measuring cup, just for speed purposes of making the video. And then I have this other bigger one where I'm going to actually melt the butters and the waxes and basically add my carrier and essential oils into that after everything's all melted. You're going to need a pot to boil some water in. What you want to do is you don't want to put your beeswax and your stuff right into your pot. It could burn. So what you want to do is you want to fill the pot with water, and then you want to put your waxes and your butters in your measuring cup, and you melt it that way. It's basically a double boiler. That's what you're going to do to make your beard balm. The other good thing about it is if you get a pot this size and a measuring cup this size, is the handle sticks out, makes it real easy to take it in and out. And the other good thing about you putting it into a measuring cup is it's got this spout here. So when you have to pour it into your containers, it makes it super easy, not sloppy. So you're going to want to make sure that you do that. So the other thing that you're definitely going to want to have, and I always keep them on hand, is some napkins, because anytime you're working with oils and butters, it gets messy. So maybe you won't, but for me, I definitely get messy. So anyway, the ratios that I'm going to use is I am going to make 2 ounces of beard balm today. Now, for those of you that don't know, 2 tablespoons equals 1 ounce. So I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of mango butter, 1 tablespoon of shea butter, 1 tablespoon of beeswax, and then 1 tablespoon of carrier oils. And then for making 2 ounces of balm or oil or whatever it is, there are 600 drops in 1 ounce. So this is I'm basically going to be making 2 ounces. So if you want your mixture to contain anywhere between 3 and 5% of essential oils, so 5% of essential oils on 600 milliliters is 30 drops. So for 2 ounces, I'll be using 60 drops of essential oils. And I'll test it as I'm going to see if it feels too strong or too weak, and you could add a couple extra if you want to. But you don't want to put more essential oil in than, I'd say, 5 to 6%, because then you may have some kind of reaction on your skin. For me, I haven't had any reaction so far by putting in a little bit more, but everybody's different. So it's better to start off a little lower amount and then bring it up. But I like my balms and my oils to have a good strong scent that lasts a while. So anyway, with that said, guys, let's get started. Let's move on over to my kitchen, over here. Hi guys, here I am in my kitchen, and I'm ready to start my beard balm making process. So, as I told you before, I took all of my carrier oils and essential oils and I put them into this small measuring cup. So it'll be about basically 1 ounce, no, I guess it's about a half an ounce worth of oil. Now I'm going to use a tablespoon of each, which is 1.5 ounces. So that in total makes 2 ounces, and I have ready my 2 ounce or my 1 ounce jars, and I have 2 of them. So my water is already boiling on the stove, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep your eye on it, because the water will boil up out of the pot. So just make sure you keep your eye on it while you're doing it. The first thing you're going to want to do after you got your water boiling and your measuring cup in your pot is you're going to want to put in your beeswax. The beeswax takes the longest to melt. If you put them all in at the same time, I'm not sure if it would hurt anything. But to me, I just like to get the beeswax melted pretty good before I add the other ingredients. So I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of beeswax. It's also a good idea to put your beeswax in your measuring spoon first, because if you put the other butters in first and then put the beeswax in, when you try to dump out the beeswax, it all gets stuck inside the spoon. So I learned that from experience. Do your beeswax first. So there's my beeswax. Use my beeswax in the measuring cup. And right now I'm turning down the heat because my water started to boil over. So I want to make sure that water stays in there. Then I'm going to use my shea butter and my mango butter. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of each of these. Now the mango butter is also pretty darn hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my mango butter, 1 tablespoon of mango butter. And you can see this stuff comes kind of chunky. So it doesn't blend itself like the shea butter and the beeswax where you can just scoop it out and get a level tablespoon. So you got to kind of break it up and put it into your measuring cup. So I just break it up, stuff it in there. So I get 1 full tablespoon's worth. The other good thing about the mango butter that I didn't know until I made my first batch of beard butter is it's actually got a little bit of stick to it, so it actually makes your balm hold better than if you just use the shea butter and the beeswax. It's got a little bit of stickiness to it, so if you want a good strong holding balm, this is your stuff. So here we go, I'm going to put the butter in. And my beeswax is already starting to melt up pretty good in there. And I'll show you this, a close-up of it, melting down as soon as I finish scooping it everything out. Then I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of my shea butter. Make sure I get it all in there. Okay, so now all my butters are inside my pot and they're boiling, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so here is my beard balm being melted down. So again, there's beeswax, mango butter, and shea butter, 1 tablespoon of each, inside the measuring cup that's inside the pot acting as a double boiler. So you can see right now, it's not really melted down quite yet. It's getting there. You may want to have a spoon so you can stir it up. As you can see, it is melting down. And once that's just, it looks like just a clear oil, then I'm going to shut off the heat, let it cool just a little bit, not enough for it to start hardening, and then I'm going to add my carrier oils and essential oils that I've already combined in my other cup. So you can see that's starting to melt down pretty good there. And I'll come back when this is all melted down and add the carrier and essential oils. Okay guys, as you can see, all of my butters, my shea butter, my mango butter, and my beeswax are all melted down into a nice clear oil. So what we do now is we're going to shut off the heat. And we're just going to wait a few minutes for that to cool, and then we're going to add in our essential oils and our carrier oils that I have pre-mixed in the other measuring cup. So you want to let this just stop boiling and not put it in too soon. Some of your essential oils actually have a flash point that could be anywhere from 150 to 180 degrees, and if you put them in, it's not like they're going to catch on fire, but what they'll do is they'll evaporate like instantly, and then you won't actually have the scent in your oil anymore. So you want to let your oil start cooling down, probably to about 150 degrees. I'm not going to have any thermometer or anything to measure it. I'm just going to wait until I see it looks like it might be starting to get some hardening going, and then I'm going to turn the heat back on for just about a minute or so to make sure that everything is still nice and melted, and then I will pour in my carrier and essential oils. So I'll be back when it's time to pour it in. Okay guys, I'm back, and it's time to add our essential oils and carrier oils to our mix. I pre-mixed them, as I said before, into this smaller measuring cup. Basically, the quantities that I used for my carrier oils it's basically 15 milliliters of carrier oil, it's 4.5 of golden jojoba, 4.5 of sweet almond, 3 of avocado oil, and then 1 each of my argan oil and of my black castor oil. So that's for the 15 milliliters, and then I've added in for 2 ounces, added 60 drops of essential oils. So I added 40 drops of my sandalwood oil, 15 drops of my peppermint oil, and then 5 drops of my lemon oil. Now the good thing about pre-mixing your oils before you put them into your balm is now that it's mixed in a carrier oil, you can easily test it on your skin, make sure it smells right, and tweak it to however you like it. This just happened to come out just like I like it, so that's what I'm going to use, and I'm getting ready to pour it in. So what I'm going to do now is, it seems like it's cooled, although it hasn't started hardening yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put on the heat on the stove really low, just to keep it at that temperature. And I'm going to add in my oils and stir them good while I put them in. So here goes my oils. Scrape it all out. Stir it up. First pour in these oils, they look a little cloudy when you first put them in, but just stir it a little bit, and what happens is it clears right up. You can shut off the heat now. They're all in there, they're all melted. Pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is grab a pot holder, because the handle of this Pyrex thing can get pretty hot. I've already taken off the tops of my containers. Pull this out. You can see it. Nice golden color. It smells really nice, especially with the steam coming off. I'm going to pour them into my little 1 ounce container. So I should have made enough for 2 ounces. Okay, it's not too bad. I got pretty much 2 ounces, just a little teeny bit more. So, now the only thing left to do is wait and let it harden. Once it's hardened, I will come back and I will show you the consistency of it, and we'll try it out on my beard. It's getting to be late afternoon, so my beard is getting a little dry at this point, so it might be nice to put on some homemade beard balm. So, we'll be back in a couple minutes. Hi guys, I'm back. So I've let my beard balm cool. It's in the containers. I think it came out really nice. It filled right to the top. As you can see, it's got a nice pale yellow consistency or color. The consistency is, it's not a very loose beard balm, but it's not overly hard either. It's fairly easy to scrape it out with your fingernail. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to apply some, and you guys can watch, and we'll see how it is. So here we go. We'll scrape it out. As you can see, it scrapes out pretty easily. Now, in the time it took me to clean up everything, put the pots away and all that kind of stuff, it hardened to this consistency. And here's what I want to show you about this recipe that's really nice. So there's the balm. Put it on my hands, and it takes basically nothing to get this to melt into a nice consistent oil. I'm not rubbing hard at all. And there you go. It is just melts immediately right down into your hands. Oh, it smells fantastic. So here we go. Put it on, try it. Ooh, I'm getting that scent. Nice strong sandalwood scent. A hint of peppermint and a hint of lemon. Actually, I smell the lemon a little more than the peppermint, so if I was to do this again, what I might do is I would maybe take the drops of lemon down to maybe 3 and the peppermint up to maybe 7 or 8. Oh, but yeah, that smells really, really nice. And maybe later on today I'll make a beard oil to match this. I like to have matching beard oils and matching balms. So there it is. It's in my beard. My napkin. Just dry off my hands a little bit. So anyway, the consistency is fantastic. And like I said, the mango butter, although it goes on super smooth and it melts super fast. When it hardens up a little bit, it has a little more stick to it than if you just use shea butter or not. So I would categorize this beard balm as a medium, a high medium hold. You know, you have some beard balms that are really soft, and then you have some beard balms that are so hard you really got to work to scrape them out, and really got to work to get them to melt down. The benefit of this one, in my opinion, is it melts down instantly, but you still get that good medium hold because of that mango butter that's in there. And of course the beeswax. Get it all nice and combed in. I don't have a mirror here, so it's kind of hard to see exactly what I'm doing. I do have a window that's behind this camera here that it's kind of far away. But anyway, there you have it, guys. So that's how you make your own beard balm. I hope you're going to go and try it yourself at home. Use the recipe that I put up there, or that you've watched me do in terms of the beard balms. Not necessarily the for the butters and everything. You know, use whatever butters you want. But for the essential oils, it was a really good mix. It smells fantastic. I think you'll like it. And until next time, guys, grow yourself a blazing beard. See you.